When someone mentions chocolate, just watch the smiles appear. This magical food, shared and enjoyed to celebrate our happiest occasions, has held a special place in our lives for more than 2,000 years. Even scientists refer to it as Theobroma cacao, the food of the gods. The story of chocolate is a unique adventure. It begins deep in the tropical forest, travels through the sacred rituals of the Aztecs and the intrigue of European royalty, and emerges into our modern popular culture. It's a journey filled with magic, mystery, and art. With its roots in the tropical rainforest, the cacao tree has been part of human culture for 2,000 years. All chocolate begins with cocoa beans, the fruit of the cacao tree. The cacao tree is strictly a tropical plant, thriving only in hot, rainy climates. Cacao can only be cultivated within 20 degrees north or south of the equator. This delicate tree needs protection from direct sun and wind, and is usually planted under a canopy of taller trees, which provides the necessary shade. At maturity, the cultivated cacao tree stands 15 to 25 feet tall. Tiny pink or white flowers grow along the trunk and main branches of the tree. Of the thousands of flowers that grow on a single tree, less than 10% develop into mature fruit. These oval-shaped pods contain the seeds that will become cocoa beans. The pods grow directly from the trunk and major branches of the trees. At first, the pods are green or maroon in color. The pods ripen to a bright yellow gold or orange. After harvesting, the pods are split open, and about 50 light yellow-colored seeds are scooped out, along with a sugary gelatin-like pulp, and placed in sturdy sacks or other containers. The gathered seeds and pulp are left to ferment for about 5 days. The seeds undergo biochemical changes during this time. Flavor develops, bitterness subsides, and the light yellow seeds turn a rich shade of brown. Once fermented, the cacao seeds become cocoa beans, and they begin to develop the familiar flavor and aroma of cocoa. Like any moisture-filled fruit, the beans must be dried to be preserved. Spread on racks or mats, the beans are turned frequently during this 5 to 7 day process. This can be done on the farm or at a processing plant. The dried beans, now called raw cocoa, are bagged, taken to market, and shipped to chocolate manufacturers worldwide. At the chocolate factory, cocoa beans are inspected and approved as part of a stringent quality control process. All incoming raw materials must be tested before they enter the manufacturing facility to make sure that only wholesome, high-quality ingredients are used to make chocolate. Quality control continues during production, where chocolate samples are carefully analyzed throughout the process. Once the beans pass inspection, they are cleaned and then blended to create just the right flavor. The cocoa beans are roasted in large rotating cylinders for anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours. The carefully controlled heat turns the beans a deep brown color as they develop the characteristic aroma of chocolate. As soon as the roasted beans have cooled, a machine removes the shells, leaving only the inner part of the cocoa bean. These bits of cracked beans, called nibs, are now ready for processing. The nibs are conveyed to grinding mills where they are crushed between a series of heavy steel rollers or grinding stones. The friction and pressure liquefy the nibs and create a shiny brown liquid called chocolate liquor, although it has no alcoholic content. The factory can make eating chocolate or cocoa from the chocolate liquor. To make cocoa powder, the chocolate liquor is pumped into giant hydraulic presses that apply about 6,000 pounds per square inch to the liquor. This intense pressure forces out the cocoa butter, which is removed through filters. The cocoa butter will be used to make chocolate. The pressed cake that remains after the cocoa butter is removed can be cooled, pulverized and sifted into cocoa powder. Cocoa is used to make chocolate milk, chocolate syrup, ice cream, cakes, and other chocolate products. The art of chocolate making requires carefully mixing a variety of ingredients into the chocolate liquor. Milk to make milk chocolate, sugar to sweeten the chocolate liquor, extra cocoa butter for richer flavor and smoother texture, and lecithin from soybeans to help the warm chocolate flow easily to form bars and other shapes. The chocolate mixture is then finely ground or refined by passing through a series of heavy rollers set one atop the other. Conching is a flavor development process that can last a few hours to several days, depending upon the desired outcome. Heavy rollers swirl continuously through the mixture, kneading the chocolate, developing the complex flavors, and making the chocolate velvety smooth. After conching, the mixture is tempered, a process of carefully cooling the mixture while constantly stirring it. Finally, the liquid chocolate is ready to be poured into molds or used to enrobe or cover